Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Miss Love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are ready to get this day started. I know I am. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day because I got something to share. Again, late night reading. This thought hit me. And so we're going to have two exercises today. Good morning, Josh. We're going to have two exercises today. One, y'all know I love brain science, so I was listening to something about that. And then two, something that I after talking to somebody, I had a thought about a thing. And it was after a conversation, and like this, I was like, okay, let's break this down. Let's talk about this, Jaja. So let's do the intro. Welcome. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Don't forget, we have the podcast everywhere podcasts are found. Pandora, Amazon Music, honey, iHeartRadio, all over your Apple or Android Stitcher. We're there. Don't forget, we have all 7 books. They're free to read. We have the whole movie. They can catch that. If they don't do any of that, tell them I said good morning. And let's get started. I hope you enjoyed the show yesterday. We had a good show yesterday. So let's get right into the quote of the day. We do not need magic to transform our world. We carry all the power we need inside of ourselves already. We have the power to imagine better. And that's by J.K. Rowling. And y'all, everybody knows who she is. She wrote Harry Potter. But you've never read Harry Potter. It is an adult book, even though it says it's a kid's book. It's really an adult reading book. It's really, really good. We do not need magic to transform our world. We carry all the power we need inside of ourselves already. We have the power to imagine better. And that is by J.K. Rowling. So it's in the imagination, honey, of things that makes it so. So let's get started with the thought of the day. The thought of the day is forcing life. And this is how it hit me in the middle of the night on a sticky note. Can y'all see mine? You can't because the light. This is how it hit me on a sticky note. Actually, this is how both of them hit me. Y'all know I'm queen of sticky notes. So forcing the dead to live. Let's talk about forcing life. What does that look like? And what is it? And why am I talking about it? So let me give you some backdrop. Yesterday I had a conversation and I became acutely aware that some people wish death upon themselves because they cannot see the possibility of life. I like that. Let me write that down. Some people wish death upon themselves because they cannot comprehend I'm just saying. So on this lovely day, with this conversation, it made me think about that some people wish death upon themselves because they cannot comprehend the possibility of living life. Does that make sense? So I'm going to help you. So the conversation was, I would do this, but I'm not going to live long enough to do that. Why are you speaking death to yourself? Is the possibility of living so harsh that you cannot even fathom what living is? And even in your I'm just joking manner. You say that. You are speaking that thing into life. So I want us to think about forcing life. So what are you forcing? What are you trying to force to live? So some of us are forcing the dead to live, meaning we are with friendships, relationships, careers, finances. We're with a thing that we know is dead, but we are forcing it to live anyway. You know you don't need to live in this neighborhood anymore, but you are forcing it to live. You know this job has been over, but because, they know your schedule, they let you come and go, you forcing it to live. You know that friendship or that relationship been over, but Jesus be offense, you're forcing it to live. You know your finances are bad, but because you assume you can't get a better job, you're just going to stay in this one and barely make your ends meet. You're forcing that dead thing to live. And it is hard to force something to live that insists on dying or is already dead. So some people have no idea that life is available to them. They would rather be dead among the living. They would rather be dead among the living, meaning I would rather just participate in this life and take all the negative I can from it and receive all of that and never once think about the positivity or the blessing or the abundance that I could receive. And while I am receiving all the negative, I want to ensure that anybody who has anything positive to say, that I beat them over their head with my negativity. What does this sound like? Team abundance and team lack. Correct? So what are you forcing to live? Here goes some things. This is how you could be forcing the thing to live. You keep bringing up that dead thing. You keep going to get the dead thing. As the good book says, you need to let the dead bury the dead. Meaning, once you have finished that thing, maybe it is time for you to finish the thing. Maybe you need to finish that mindset that doesn't serve you. You need to let it stay dead. So if you were thinking positive yesterday, but today mom and them done called you already this morning and got your nerves tore up and got you thinking some type of way, your best friend done calling, girl, you can't do this, you can't do that. And now your mindset is such that you're back in the dead amongst the living. Maybe you need to bury that dead mindset and let it stay there. Maybe you need to bury those finances that don't serve you. Maybe you need to bury that career that's not giving you, that's not ever going to pay you what you're worth. But because you're comfortable, you don't want to deal with the uncomfortability of doing something different. Maybe you need to bury that. Maybe you need to bury that relationship, friendship, religionship that no longer serves you. And y'all know when we are true selves right before we go to sleep and right when we wake up, right there. When you say, JoJo, but you know this ain't working. Right there, listen to that voice, because that voice is telling you something that when JoJo is awake, her conscious mind can't stop the subconscious mind. So the conscious mind will say, but no, we're going to work this out. This friendship can work. This relationship can work. I just need to be patient. But your true self that spoke to you before you opened your eyes, that spoke to you in your sleep so much so that you're dreaming about it, is telling you, maybe you need to let that thing die. Maybe you need to stop forcing life. Maybe the relationship is difficult because you're forcing life into something that's dead. Maybe you need to let the sickness die. You know, one time I got really sick, and you keep telling that same story, so your body keeps remembering that pain and that trauma, and it assumes that's what you want. I want us to be mindful of the words that are coming out of our mouth. What are you trying to force to live today? Is there something, somebody, somewhere that you're trying to force to live today? Like, it's imperative. So here's my question. Why is it imperative for you that dead thing live? Absolutely, Joshua. And I'm not saying that it's easy. What I'm saying is, if you want to live, you have to release the dead. You cannot live and die at the same time. Yes, you can. Some people can. It's by living and then honoring all of your limitations. That's what Team Up Lack does. They live, but they honor their limitations. Over here on Team Abundance, something got to go. You can't have both over here. We are serving the living. We're not the dead. We're not forcing life into any dead situation. So if we're forcing the dead to live, why? Absolutely, Joshua. So what is that thing? What is that thing for you that you are forcing to live? And you're killing it trying to make it live. I want you to live. You don't understand. I need you to do this. I want the best for you. Carrie, long before the casket come, honey, I done sung your song. I done cried, had your whole funeral here, because I see you as you only understanding that you're dead already. So in my mind, I might as well go ahead and have your funeral for you in my mind. Go ahead and grieve and feel the loneliness and the sadness of you not being here, because you're not. Absolutely, Joshua. So my question becomes, why are you so fixated on the death part of things? Why are we not looking at the life part? What is the life part? What is that? And why are we insisting that we can't live? Why are you hell bent on not living? Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? Why are you hell bent on not living? And here's how you know you are hell bent on dying and not living. You will argue for your limitations and get mad when somebody gives you the possibility of life. I can't go. I just ain't got the money. You know, Jojo, there's just some things I can't do. I'm too old. Friend, I can't do that, friend. I got kids. If you want those limitations to be true, they will be. There is nothing and nobody on God's green earth that I can say that will excuse you from your limitations, that will make space for you to live your life, because you will insist on dying every day. Absolutely, Joshua. Every day, either you insist on living or you insist on dying. Every day. Every day. I'm just saying, I got to type this stuff out. Now, please understand, I understand that people have sicknesses and illnesses, and even you see those people, what was my man's name that said, stay cooler than the other side of the pillow? He had cancer. Every day he still chose to live. Every day. Some of us die and we don't even have any strenuous things. We're not even in a strenuous situation. We don't have an illness. We have a place to live. We have job. We have money. We have all the necessities of life, but yet we insist on dying. We insist on being so limited with all things that we can't even comprehend the possibility of life. So we just don't even have the strenuous things that other people have, but we insist on dying with the small things that we do have every day. I hope this is helping somebody today, because I wrote this on my little sticky tie. I could not write on my sticky anymore. So this is the second thing that I wrote. So here are 3 master questions. And if you listen to Jim Quick, these are his 3 master questions. He asked Will Smith these questions. And he talks about brain science and your mind and the power of your mind. And he said there's 3 master questions. These questions are dominant in your mind all day, every day. Now, I got these at 2. The 3 master questions I listened to around 1 o'clock yesterday. I got that. This, 12 o'clock, about 11:45 last night. I went to bed about 12. I wrote this because I was reading a book, and then the thought hit me, and I wrote this about 11:45 last night. Wow, 12 hours apart. 3 master questions. These are your dominant questions that are always in your mind, always in the back of your mind. They are always somewhere. What I'm doing. So the preface is whatever it is that I'm doing. So we're going to insert life. With life, how can you use this thing called life? When you get ready to, and he said you do this when you get ready to make a decision. So these 3 master questions are around your decision-making ability. How can I use this? So when you get ready to make that decision, the first master question that is always playing in the back of your mind is, how can I use this? How can I use this in this situation? And then you go out and you apply it in your mind to everything that comes in contact with you. How can I use this? Your second question, good morning, Dee, is how must I use this? So when you come to decision making, how can I use it? How must I use this thing? And then your third question is, when will I use this? So he suggests asking yourself these 3 master questions when you begin to make a decision. How can I use this? Why must I use this? When will I use this? And then he said this quote, the life you live is the life you teach others to live. The life you live is the life you teach others to live. So what is your master question? You don't have to use these 3, but what is the thing that keeps coming up for you? What is your dominant question? So let's square that up. Mental, emotional, physical, financial. What is my dominant question in each one? We talked about yesterday 3 powerful words. I am enough. So so look at that and apply it to your dominant. Am I enough in this relationship? Am I enough in my finances? Am I enough in my relationship? Am I enough in my financials? Am I enough? Absolutely, Joshua. What is your purpose today? What is your dominant question? What is the question that you keep asking yourself? Mine is, JoJo, what is your intent on doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Absolutely, Joshua. Every day you wake up, you get a chance. But how you live your life is also showing someone else how to live their life. So parents, how you live life is teaching your children how to live life. Niece, nephew, cousin, even parents. Even as a daughter, I'm teaching, not on purpose, but everybody looks to everybody else how they live life. So maybe my mother and my sister are looking at me to how to live life. I am not perfect. I'm so far from child. I'll never live past crazy, especially because I know crazy. What is your dominant question? The life you live is the life you teach others to live. Now, at that junction of you teaching other people to live their life, some people may choose the route of not to live. They may choose the route to die among the living. You may try to force them to live when they don't want to. That will break your head. It will break your head, your heart, your mind, your spirit, your soul when you try to force someone who insists on being dead to live because they're already dead here, because they cannot comprehend the possibilities of living. Some people wish death upon themselves because they cannot comprehend the possibilities of living this life. And that's by me. Some people have no idea life is available to them, and they would rather be dead among the living. They would rather be dead among the living. It is absolutely exhausting. Carrie, I know me and Carrie from the same place. I know she know. And even if we were not from the same place, sometimes our family has our connective issue or thing with our families is that they all something. And it's not anything against them. It's how they were raised to think. But my next question becomes, but you were introduced to something different. So now what happens? Now that I know something different, now what happens? Some people have no idea life is available to them. Oh, really? Bless your heart, Carrie. Woo, child. How about, listen. Woo, Jesus. I'm praying for you, friend. Call me if you need me. So on this lovely day, what are your 3 master questions? What is your dominant question that you, and if your dominant question is, why am I, and this could be one of your dominant questions, why am I here? Why am I staying here? Wherever here is, friendship, relationship, whatever here represents for you. Why am I here? Why am I doing this thing? Why am I continuing to hold on to this thought, this, and this? Why? Maybe that's your dominant question. And right before you go to sleep, the answer is there. Thank you. Look at Joshua coming through with the song of the day. Maybe that dominant question, the answer is already there, but we don't want to acknowledge it. That's a hard thing to do. To acknowledge the answer to our dominant question. Because it may set us on a path of no return. It may set you on a path of no return of you can no longer live this way anymore. You must live this way. Death, living. It is that simple. Team abundance, team lack, whichever one you choose. And some of us, because this path of death, and I ain't even saying it in a bad way, this path of the familiar, this path of comfortable, where is it leading you to? And are you so comfortable with it that you never, ever, ever want to question the possibility of the thing? Are you so comfortable that you never, ever want to dream life? Are you so comfortable with it that you never want to live any more than what you've already lived? There's no more living in you? Are you that comfortable that there's no more living left in you? Are you that comfortable that there's no more living left in you? I'm just saying that I think that's a great question. And I had to write that down. And if you say, JoJo, baby, I done lived my life. I done lived a good life, girl. I'm too old to want for anything else. I'm too old to learn anything else, honey. I just can't. As long as you're comfortable with that answer, okay. I'm not going to argue with you. But if at any point there's an inkling of maybe, just maybe, and if deep down your wish is to live, honey, let it bubble up in you and live. Who said you had to die at this place, at this age, with this relationship, with this friendship, with this financial burden? Who said death stopped and started right there? Who said life is over for you Draw the line in the sand. Nope, you can't go anymore. Who told you that? We never know the time nor the hour. That's true. But why do I want to sit and wait on for something to come that I don't even know when and how it's going to come? Do we not want to live life to the fullest up until that moment? Are you comfortable with saying that there's no more living in you? Are you comfortable saying, I'm just going to sit here and wait to die? But what if you sitting, friend, for another 40 years and then on your deathbed, you be like, well, dog, I didn't realize I had another 40 years. I thought death was going to come quick and sooner that because I hated life, because I didn't want to live it. I was just waiting to die. This angers me. Like, this makes me upset. Why are you forcing death to yourself? Why are you forcing death to yourself? Every day. Every day, why are you forcing death to yourself? So that's my question today. That is my question. Some people have no idea life is available to them. They'd rather be dead among the living. Some people wish death upon themselves because they cannot comprehend the possibilities of living life. Can I just invite you today to look at the possibilities of living life? Can I do that today? Can we just look at the possibilities of living life today? What if today you lived and you did not speak death? What does this have to do with living past crazy? What does this have to do with JoJo writing books? What does this have to do with JoJo, what you're called to do? Because when I was with my abuser, I was the person who was waiting to die, begged for death, tried to kill myself. I was the person who was trying to force a dead person to live. Oh, he's going to be a good husband if he just doesn't punch me in the eye anymore. He's going to be a good husband if he doesn't bust my lip again. He's going to be a good husband as long as he don't choke me and I pass out again. He's going to be a good husband as long as he doesn't throw me at the moving car. He's going to be a good husband. I mean, just believing for Jesus. Forcing a dead thing to live. And this is how easy it gets for you. When you say, at least, JoJo, my situation ain't as bad as yours. But it's the mental and emotional, friend. It's the mental, emotional, finances. Well, at least he doesn't hit me. But you down yourself faster than he does because you already know what he's going to say. But he's a good man. He just got these faults. Are you forcing someone who is dead to live? Maybe they want to live, but they don't want to live enough for you. You ever seen people in those relationships, 20, 30 years, and year 30, you know, I was with my man and 30 years, and honey, about year 15, he came around. You had to force a dead man to live to honor you. Why are you forcing death to yourself every day? Absolutely, Joshua. And it is the at least thing, at least it's not this. It is those things that keep you there. Because when you start comparing it, at least he ain't that crazy, JoJo. Honey, I can heal from a black eye way quicker than I can from mental and emotional abuse. That mental and emotional journey took me years. Years. So it's going to be an amazing day. Don't you have the most amazing? It's going to be such an amazingly lovely day. But my question is, what are you trying to force to live? Are you forcing a dead thing to live? If you're using a statement, well, at least, well, it's not as bad as, if you're using those statements, as Joshua say, you are rationalizing that thing to make it make sense so that you continue in a space that no longer serves you, because then you won't have to be forced to make a decision, because then it won't start you down a path of a journey of no return. I'm just saying. Been there, done that, honey. Understood it, did a movie, got the journal, the flag, honey, did all the things. Some people, they're not ready to live, friend. They may be ready to live, perhaps just not with you. Meaning they want all the things that you want, they just don't want them with you. Friendship, religionship, financialship, career, whatever. Please square this up. And I use relationships just because it's easier for people to understand that way. Apply this to mama and them, cousin them, brother and them, daddy and them, all the M's. Apply this to them. Absolutely, Joshua. So I use that as an example just because it's easier for people to see and understand and explain. Every day, you either insist on living or you insist on dying. Are you that comfortable that there's no more living in you, left in you? Are you that comfortable with where you are that you insist that there's no more living in you? Why are you forcing yourself to death every day? Why are you forcing death to yourself every day? Why is that? Absolutely. Joshua, we'll rationalize something to death. We do not need the magic to transform our world. We carry all the power we need inside of ourselves already. We have the power to imagine better. And that's by J.K. Rowling. You have the power to imagine better. You have the power to live. You have the power to accept life. And you have the power to die among the living. And you do that, friend, by insisting you don't need to live at all. So on this lovely day, I hope this has helped somebody today, guys. Forcing life into a dead situation. Is that your career? Is that your friendship? Is that your relationship? What are you forcing life into that does not serve you? Some people have no idea life is available to them. They would rather be dead among the living. Some people wish death upon themselves because they cannot comprehend the possibilities of living life. That's not your fault. And if you are attached to it or a part of it, you got to ask yourself, is this going to be your journey? So the 3 master questions. What is your most dominant question that comes up in your life every day? Jojo, is this really what you want to do? What is your real intent behind this? Whose life is going to change? How is life going to change if you make this decision? Those are some of my dominant questions. How can I use this? Why must I use this? When will I use this? The life you live is teaching others how to live. The life you live is teaching others how to live. So on this most amazing day, it's going to be a great, great day. It's going to be the most amazing day ever. I want you to think about that today, okay? I want you to think about those questions. I want you to think about those things. And think about, what are you forcing life into that doesn't want to live? That's the key. It doesn't want to live, but you hell bent on making it. Absolutely, Joshua. What are we doing today? So on this lovely day, I want you to have the most amazing day ever. I want you to be peaceful, period, because there's absolutely nothing after that. Absolutely nothing after that. Know that today, you don't need any magic to transform your soul. your world. You carry everything that you need inside of you, and you have the power to imagine better. So please make sure you share the show, because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Don't forget the podcast. Don't forget the books. Don't forget the masterclass. I do have a Live Past Crazy class. You can grab it at bit.ly/, let's see, LPC Blueprint. You will get a short video that will explain how to use it. It comes with a workbook. It comes with the blueprint, and it comes with instructions. So grab you a copy of that. So I hope you have the most amazing day ever. Okay? Ask yourself those questions today. What are you trying to force to live? Are you trying to force people who insist on dying? Are you trying to force a relationship, friendship, religionship, anything? Are you trying to force life into it? So I hope this has helped somebody today, guys. If it has, please let me know. As always, leave it for somebody else. It should be, I'll send you the tracking number, Joshua. If this has helped you, please take what you need. If it has not, please leave it for somebody else. And hopefully it will bless them amazingly well. So have a great day. And I'll see you guys here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.